Hey guys, welcome to my channel, JP Gunz. Today we're going to answer the age-old question, is beaver really worth all that trouble? We're going to be eating this beaver today, and before I do that, I'll have to get the meat off of it. I've got a big back beaver, and we're going to get those big back straps off of it, and we're also going to take the hocks. Join me while I try to figure this all out on my own. If you've never eaten beaver, drop a recipe. I said anything, if it's worth it, I want to do it again. But if not, hey, we'll figure out why. We'll see why most people pelt them out and discard the rest. So thank you for tuning in today. Hope you enjoy what I've put together. All right, guys, here we are. We've got the beaver on the tailgate. I'm about to start skinning it out. I've got a couple of specialty tools. This looks like a utility knife. It's actually a hook bill, and this is so I can split the beaver from nose to the tail. It's what's called a beaver pelter, or a beaver pelting knife, or a pelting knife. It's what a lot of beaver trappers use for pelting these things out. We've got a fillet knife. It's what we're going to fish the back straps out with and probably cut the hocks off. We'll be utilizing gloves. Beaver aren't really nasty animals. They live in the water, so they're not really that dirty. But, you know, there's a little thing called beaver fever. Better be safe than sorry. So just using going ahead and use some gloves while trying to handle this meat. I've also got a bowl that I'll collect the hocks and the back straps off of. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll this beaver over, and I'll get this meat off this beaver. All right, guys, we got the meat. We got our hocks. Got our back strap. I was a little surprised there's not as much back strap on a beaver. So even though that one I felt like was a pretty good sized beaver, you might want to save your back strapping for really big beavers, unless you really like them or you're really hungry. Then obviously you would do a lot more than what I did. I'm gonna sack up the fur because I went ahead and skin it. Why not? And I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this crock pot, and then we're gonna marinate the back straps. I will see you on the next frame. Alright guys, to not look like a weirdo that films himself when he shops at Dollar General, I didn't really have what I needed to at the house, so I'm gonna get some Italian seasoning because I'm not seeing exactly what I'm looking for. We'll find something to put in the crock pot with those beaver or the beaver hocks. So let me look around shop for a minute and I'll be back with you guys. All right, found some cream of mushroom, got some Italian seasoning, and we're about to get on out of here, get this beaver cooked. All right guys, got our goodies. We're leaving the Dollar General. We look like a wackadoodle walking down through this parking lot and trying to talk to ourselves down the aisle while holding the camera in front of our face. But hey, we endured through that, or I endured through that so I could get you guys some good footage, hopefully. So anyways, we'll be back at the house and we'll get this beaver started. All right guys, we had to make a quick trip to Dollar General. What I ended up with, Italian dressing, main staple of wild game. That'll be for the back strap. I also put some seasoning in there. For a crock pot meal, cream of mushroom, onion soup mix, ranch, because all white folks love ranch. I'm sure a lot of black folks and everybody else do too. So, and then we got some beef broth. So we're not gonna put this whole thing in there. I've got a smaller one. That's just what I had set out. So we're about to slap them hams in here, and then we are going to put them back straps in our bags and let them chill on the fridge till we slap them on the grill. So let me get set up and I'll start this process for you guys. All right guys, start off 1 can of cream of mushroom, and that's just to get some base in there so that beaver leg don't stick, which I don't think it will. One dirty old beaver leg. Uh-oh, our crock pot's way too little. All right, guys, I had to swap out the crock pots. I got a crock pot to clean. Put all that back in there. beaver hocks are a lot bigger than I thought they were. Get it in there. Lipton onion soup mix. All right, guys, we're gonna let that cook for a little while. It's gonna be a few hours. I'm gonna assume about 6. I put it on high because I want to see if it'll cook it down a little quicker. And that's a couple of big hocks. I went ahead and put the backstrap in the fridge. We're gonna let it marinate for a couple hours, and then we're gonna put it on the grill. It's gonna be tonight's dinner. I'm going to pair it with some microwavable rice. I probably could have put the rice in there, but you know what? What if it's terrible? So I didn't want to take a chance. At least I'd have some good rice to eat. So anyway, we'll check on it from periodically. I'll have to stir it about once or twice, you know, throughout this whole thing, and then I'll show you how it's rendering down. So stay tuned, and we'll be eating before long. Get that one. Get that one. That one right there. That's the big one. Anyways, showing support from my best friend. Anyway, love that guy. All right, guys, you can see that the rain's moved in on us. It happens. We kind of need it. So we'll get old Betsy fired up, and then we're gonna put this big Beaver backstrap down on the grill. Don't worry, we're gonna pick it up. All right, while the grill lights, I'm gonna go prepare the backstrap, okay? All right, guys, got the grill up to temp. I've got my Beaver backstraps that I've been marinating. I'm about to put them on the grill, and you already knew if I was going to be beaver trapping, we're going to be eating a beaver, you know I was going to be going with the Bucky seasoning. So that's what I've got going on. That's what we're going to season it up with. It may taste awful, but we'll find out together, okay? So, all right, we've had this marinating in Italian dressing for probably 6 hours. You can hear that sizzle, and that is what we're going for. Give it a quick dab. I don't know if it's going to be bad or not, so we're going to sprinkle it pretty heavy. Definitely should have cut that silver off. All right, guys, you can see we've got it on the grill. We're going to let it cook for about, we'll just say 10 minutes. I've got this shield on the bottom of the grate, so it protects it from direct flame. So we'll just get a lot of that smoky flavor, and we won't have to deal with the charring. So we'll check back in on this at about, like I said, 8 to 10 minutes, and then we'll also temperature probe. And my temp I'm trying to go for is around 155, 160. So let's give it a little time to cook, and we'll be right back with it. All right, guys, they say if you're looking, you ain't cooking. Well, we got to check it out. That's a Beaver backstrap. I haven't flipped yet, but man, I'm going to be honest. I mean, it don't look bad. I wish I'd have cut that silver off that backstrap. That was on me.
but we'll go ahead and flip it. Meat is actually kind of soft. I mean, oh, I didn't realize you weren't on frame. Meat's kind of soft, man. I'm gonna be honest, there might be something to this backstrap. I haven't eaten any of it yet, so I might be eating my own words later. We're gonna temperature probe it. We're at 151 before flip, 153, so we're pretty close. I'll cook it a little longer, and then I'll pull off, and then we'll give it a rest, and then we'll try to slice into it, and we'll try to enjoy some of this beaver meat. I'll be honest, it's not popping like I thought it was going to. Things I can say about the crock-pot beaver, take it for what it's worth. I'm gonna be probably letting this cook all night, because it's pretty tough, man. I should have taken a fork, and looking back, I would have stabbed holes all in this meat. So we'll have to do a low and slow on a beaver meat, because their hocks are just a little tough. Anyway, keep that in mind. We're gonna go ahead and close this grill up, let this finish off, and then we'll check back in on it in another minute or so. All right, guys, it's time to pull these big back beaver back straps off. And I'm gonna be honest, I poked in on them a second ago, and I'm not disappointed. They look a lot tastier than what they looked like whenever I first slapped them on the grill. So there they are right there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull these off. Slap them on the old grill. Daddy is king of the grill. At my house, at least. That may be true. So look at that, man. Get some actual footage of that. All right, guys, I'm gonna get this, gonna give it a rest for a second, and then we'll cut into it, and then we will try to see if we like beaver or not. So stay tuned. All right, guys, we are here. Gonna give it a shot. We'll see what it's about. So I feel like we kind of cooled down a little bit, gave it a little bit of rest. I can already tell it's gonna be a little tough. That's why I brought the serrated steak knife. Smells good. It looks kind of gamey. It looks like dove meat does when you first pull it off. There's that. I'm gonna give it a little quick spin. So, all right, big back beaver back strap going down. Definitely chewy. I definitely should have pulled that silver off. I know that. Initial flavor profile, I don't think it's bad. If you're hungry, you'll definitely eat it, and you won't think nothing of it. I would say it's probably more of a novelty. It doesn't compare or hold a candle to deer meat. Yeah, I'd eat it. I wouldn't make it a regular part of my diet. It's something cool to break out for a wild game dinner, obviously. And then people can obviously probably cook it a lot better. I just marinated mine in Italian dressing and then peppered it with Buc-ee's. So if you got a better recipe, hit me up and I'll try it out. But all right, guys, I wanted to show this. I guess this one's a little more done. This side is actually pretty good. You should try beaver. You probably will love it. Definitely make sure you smoke it out. Do it for a long time. I think I got the grill hot and kind of cooked it like a steak. That's probably where I went wrong. Still not bad though. I do a couple things different. All right, we still got the crock-pot ham hocks, so we'll probably cook into them. We'll probably get into those tomorrow. So I'm gonna let them cook all night. We'll try them out in the morning for breakfast. All right, got my main man, Rob. He's a banker type. I don't actually officially know what he does, and I don't think he can really talk about it. But he's what you would kind of say a little bit of a city slicker, kind of. I don't know how to explain it.
I grew up in the big city.
He grew up in the big city. So, Rob, what you think, man? This is beaver meat.
We're good.
Rob likes it. Rob's a fan. He cut him up. Now, what we were talking about, you said you didn't necessarily just love the gristle. We definitely...
Gristle's tough. You have to get it past the gristle. If you get a beef note, well, gristle is good.
Guys, cut the silver off. That's what we definitely learned. Probably be awesome if we took a tenderizer and tenderized it first. Because as it curls up, it constricts. I think if you crock pot it, you'll be absolutely fine. So, like I said, that second backstrap actually had a lot better flavor profile, and it's a little more on the medium side compared to the other one because it was more rare. I was aiming for 155. Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable going a little less than 150, but maybe 145 is the mark. Maybe you want to treat it like lamb chops or something. So, we can say we tried it. We don't hate it. If you were starving, you would absolutely love it. So that's our take on it, at least mine, and then Rob's. He got the better backstrap, but that's just the luck of the draw. It was kind of a one or the other type situation. So
yeah.
But all right, ham hocks tomorrow morning. Probably going to call tonight on this, and then that's pretty much going to be it for tonight on the backstrap. All right, guys. We're gonna give it a try. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not just really excited about this. I don't know why. I guess this is new for me. I've never eaten the legs. I've had backstrap. Obviously, I had some last night, but I've got my rice. Got me a cola beverage to wash it down. So let me try to find. There's a good beaver nugget right yonder. Get me a. It's breaking up. All right. Well, that's good. Maybe that's not a bone. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We'll start out with that. So that's what I'm gonna start out with. I know at least the rice is gonna be good. Let me get set up on tripod and then I'm gonna try it out. I'm so not excited about this. Gonna say a quick prayer because I want to thank the good Lord for this meal that I'm about to eat, and also for me being able to trap this beaver for this meal, but mostly because I was able to help someone out that's helped me out by giving me a place to turkey hunt through the trading of trapping rights. So anyway, I'll say a prayer and then we'll dive in. Dear God, thank you for this meal, Lord. Thank you for everything you do for me and my family, and just thank you for you and your Son Jesus Christ. We ask for you to bless this meal to nurture our body, and just thank you, Lord, for absolutely everything. It's in your Son Jesus' name I ask these things. Jesus Christ, pray, amen. Okay. All right, let's see. First bite. All right, I don't know who prepared this beaver. It was me, but there's a beaver hair on it, so that was not something ideal. All right, first bite. I'm not gonna lie, this tastes very, very similar to a pot roast, and I'm not kidding you when I say that. This is actually not bad. And like I said, you saw my recipe, so. You can see the meat as it's broke down. It literally has the consistency of a pot roast. I mean, it tastes almost just like a pot roast. So this is a very good alternative to a pot roast. I actually would absolutely recommend this. This is kind of shocking how similar to a pot roast this tastes like. You're not gonna go wrong by taking the time to do this. Definitely make sure that you take time to prepare it right, and then skin it. But this is not bad, especially served over some rice. I'll probably get a little bit of that gravy out of the pot, and then we'll keep on eating this.
this is definitely a win. You're not going to be disappointed in trying this out. So that's a good recipe. If you guys have any other recipes, maybe I've got some beaver, some more experienced people with eating beaver, reach out to me. I like this better than I did the backstraps. And the backstraps really weren't bad. They come around. They come around to me, especially that second one. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. Check out Beaver. Try it out. You won't be disappointed. This is a simple recipe. I actually use this recipe I've used it for duck breasts, especially divers. This is good for divers. Deer meat, deer steaks, good recipe. So easy, so simple. My wife, she actually taught me this recipe when we were actually in college a long time ago. So try it out. You won't be disappointed. It's good. I would recommend it. So if you don't know who your Savior Jesus Christ is, reach out. I will be absolutely happy to tell you what He's done for you and what He's done for me. So God bless you, and thank you for being here.